Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. And in today's video, we're going to talk about debt that is being sold to debt collectors in the market. There's a lot of debt that is being released to debt collectors because
New visitor.
we're coming out of the COVID, uh, the national emergency with COVID. And I've been seeing like
Returning visitor.
a local realtor in our area had not realtor, mortgage company, uh, rental company. Sorry about that. A rental company had over 800 evictions. So now, what do you think that they're going to do with that debt from those evictions? They're going to get judgments. Then they're going to try to sell them off to a debt collector if they don't try to collect them themselves. So a lot of debt is going to be released onto the market. This is some older debt, but there's newer debt that's also being released. So specifically for this one, this is an AT&T. This is cell phone debt, probably from individuals who had got the cell phone and didn't end up paying for the finishing out paying on the phone, or they ran up high cell phone bills. You never know, but it's over $3.2 million, 3,023 accounts. Charge-off date is 2002. So I'm mostly thinking that this would be from people getting the phones because back in that time, if you think about it in 2002, uh, most people were trying to get the companies were putting out all of these plans to allow people to get the cell phones on a payment plan. They started doing it again now because the phones are a lot more expensive. But back at that time too, even though the phones were not as uh, were not as good as the ones we have now, they were still doing those types of things. Or it could have just been the plans. Remember, the plans were just outrageous back then. Everything is unlimited and every with stuff now. So $1,068 balance. They're selling the whole portfolio for $3,230. Now, one thing I want to specifically talk about when it comes to communications debt is that there's a different statute of limitations for communications debt. Though 100% of this debt is past the legal statute of limitations to even be able to collect just based off of the longest state is 15 years, so this is way past 15 years. But I want to make you aware, just in case you didn't know, for federal debts, communication debts are considered federal. Cell phone debt is federal statute under the federal statute of limitations, and that's 2 years. So if you have any type of debt that's from a communications type company, and this could even go for your cable bill, these are federal under the federal statute for statute of limitations, and it can expire in 2 years. It will expire in 2 years. And then they may use words like time barred. Don't worry about that. When they say time barred, that actually means statute of limitations. You can have debt collectors calling you and they can say, hey, uh, Mr. Johnson, you have this old cell phone bill that is time barred, and we would like to know if you would like to set up an arrangement to pay it. And you're like thinking, time barred? What the hell does that mean? If you don't go and look that up, then you won't even know that time bar is the same as statute of limitations. See, the debt collectors are tricky. They, instead of them saying statute of limitations in the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, they said, can we have the word time bar placed in there? They must have had someone on their team to allow that bit to be placed in there rather than the word statute of limitations. Just by hearing the words limitations, everyone's ears would pop up and say, I might not have to pay this debt because it's past, there's some limit on there. So let's go and check out some more debts that are available, some portfolios that are being made available. And don't worry, I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to give you the letters to help you with this. So this is another batch, mixed credit cards, 144,958,351.90 worth of mixed credit card debt. These could be from department stores, it could be regular credit cards, just a mixed batch. Average charge-off date is 2007. Average balance is $12,751.43. They're selling the whole entire portfolio for $15,000. So you can see it would only take them to get 1.25 of one person that doesn't know their rights when it comes to statute of limitations, or to pay this debt, or to get a default judgment and they got payments coming in from people who did not know that they would not have to pay these debts, and they would make all of their money back and they would start making profit. That's why these debt collectors will go after these types of debts. All right, let's check out another one. All right, I'm not sure if I ever showed this one, but it was in there. Maybe they didn't have a buyer yet for it, but this one is Aaron's Rent to Own. $3.1 million, 2,565 accounts, charge off date 2010, average balance $1,235. And when they say no media available, that means that they maybe didn't batch out uh, the portfolio. What they're doing now with these accounts is, debt collectors are paying a little bit more now for them if they do what's called a batch. And when they batch, that means that they're getting the addresses and matching with doing a tracer automatically with the bureaus to get the most updated information for people who owes who were the debtors on these collection accounts. Now, uh, and it just makes it easier for the debt collector to try to hunt down people. So we can see here, this is an older batch too, more than 12 years old, coming up on next month. It'll be more than 12 years old. So let's talk about the solution on what we would do with when this happens. So what I want you to do is go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, go to the blog. You can go at the bottom, see the blog link and click it, and then search statute of limitations. And this page will come up and you can see the statute of limitations for all of the states. Right here, we got all of the statute of limitations. You can see here in column number 1, it's written contracts. This would be like repos, any type of debt that is not where you can charge on it and then pay on it and then charge again. Those would be in this column here for the open-end credit card type accounts. You can see statute of limitations varies from state to state. Different rules. States make their own rules. You can see Kentucky, 15 years. Most states are within that 3 to 5 year range. Some of them have 6. You can see here. And then you can see there's some states that have 10. This one here has 10 across the board. And you can see here South Carolina has a 10-year for like a repo, but if you have a credit card debt, it can only be for 3 years. So this is you need to use this information, because if you have accounts and the original creditor or a debt collector did not come after you for it and it's past the legal statute of limitations, they have no right to legally be able to collect on the debt, and they cannot force you, they cannot coerce you, they cannot try to take you to court, they cannot try to do anything to make you pay for that debt. All you have to do, but you do have to do this, you have to notify them that you know that you do not have to pay it and that you want them to stop contacting you about it. And I give you the exact letter that you need to be able to use that. All right, I'm going to end the video here. This is please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Please ask your questions and comments. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different. That'll show you my 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process, which goes through a statute of limitations process and a debt validation process. If you have debt collectors coming after you, please use the letters that I have below for free. The statute of limitations letter, if you know that it's past statute of limitations for them to collect, use that letter, or use my cease and desist collection activities letter if it's not past the legal statute of limitations, and my debt validation letter for the back and forth that you might have with debt collectors. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.